勝横浜 F マリノススターティングメンバーサブスティテューションをご紹介しました。
Well, hello and welcome to the Nissan Stadium. It's week 2 of the 2023 J-League season, and it brings together two clubs who've been Japan's champions 12 times between them. As defending champions, Yokohama F Marinos face Urawa Reds. Well, Yokohama F Marinos kicked off the defence of their title with a win at last season's runners-up Kawasaki Frontale, as they look to retain the J-League for the first time since winning back-to-back in the 2003-2004 seasons. Urawa Reds may have the AFC Champions League final to look forward to in April and May, but are expecting a difficult season following their 9th place finish last year and an opening day defeat at FC Tokyo last week. Well, F Marinos took 4 points from the 2 J-League meetings last season, following a 3-3 draw in Saitama before a thumping 4-1 win here in October. A 4th successive win here against Urawa Reds since the visitors' last win in Yokohama back in 2018. Well, it's a breezy day in Yokohama, around about 11 degrees centigrade, but perfect conditions for football. And a fair contingent of travelling support as well. Urawa Reds, one of the most supported clubs in Japan. It is just a 1-hour journey by car from Saitama, just to the north of the capital, Tokyo, to Yokohama, which is just to the south. Tokyo is bang in the centre of those two cities. Hiroki Sakai there in your picture, experienced Japanese international, the right back for Urawa Reds. One of the experienced players that new coach Masai Scorza will be relying upon as he starts this rebuild job for the 5-time Japanese champions. Well, this is Yokohama F Marinos' first home game of the season. It's their first home game since the 4-1 win against Urawa Reds. So the Nissan Stadium then for the champions' first home match of the 2023 J-League season against Urawa Reds. Big history between these two clubs, and not much to choose in between them overall. This is the 49th meeting between these two successful sides who have won many a major domestic honour between them. 23 wins for Yokohama to 16 for Urawa Reds in the previous 48 meetings. The form is certainly with the champions, who began the season in Tokyo with a Super Cup victory against Benfore Kofu, and then began the campaign to cement their dominance with a victory at Kawasaki Frontale, the side who were the closest to them last season. Looking to win an 8th J-League title. The Urawa Reds may be the 5th most successful club in Japan, but they haven't been champions for 16 years in Japan. They have been Asian champions, though, twice in that spell since then, and hoping for a 3rd early this year. So the champions are unchanged from the opening day win at Kawasaki Frontale. Brazilian Elber is looking to score in his 5th successive game, including the end of last season, while Takuma Nishimura has also netted in both games this season, including the Super Cup success. Ryotaru Sonoda spent time in Urawa Reds' youth team. Centre forward Anderson Lopez scored twice against the Red Diamonds in that 4-1 win in October. They, however, were his last goals. The atmosphere really building around this stadium, which holds just over 72,000 when full to capacity. Takuya Kida, former Japanese under-23 international, wears the armband for Yokohama F Marinos. Akihiko Ikeuchi, the 39-year-old, is the man in charge. Hiroki Sakai, still only 32, the former Marseille and Hanover right back in the J-League, where it all started for him, of course, at Kashiwa Reysol. There are the 2 VAR officials. Well, no changes either for Urawa Reds from their opener in Tokyo. Veteran goalkeeper Shusaku Nishikawa makes his 556th J-League appearance, while new signing Marius Højbråten plays just his 2nd at centre-back. Aito Iwa once again holding midfield behind Moba, Koizumi and Akubo, while up front Brian Linson continues his recovery from long-term injury while still looking for his first goal in Japanese football. The Dutchman, though, will feel like a new signing, having played just 3 times last season. Kevin Muscat, what a job he's done. The former Australian international who won 2 A-League titles at Melbourne Victory and continued that title-winning success by landing Yokohama F Marinos' 7th Japanese crown. Masaya Skorza, it's just his 2nd game in charge. They were beaten at FC Tokyo in the opener, and he was talking ahead of kick-off about how disappointing the performance was. They certainly lacked composure and a touch of quality in the final third as they struggled to create chances. So Yokohama F Marinos against Urawa Reds is underway. First look at the champions on home soil this season. Urawa Reds playing away from home for the 2nd time in succession. Difficult start to the season for them. Away at an improving FC Tokyo to kick off the campaign, and now perhaps the ultimate domestic test at the moment, away to the champions, who look to have continued their title-winning form to the start of this season. Nishikawa going long, header away by Hatanaka. Have to show more in the final third, Urawa Reds, than they did against FC Tokyo. It was a really blunt performance. Weren't too many opportunities for Brian Linson up front, who eventually was replaced by the veteran Japanese strikers Shinzo Kuroki. First touch there for Linson. Both teams in the traditional colours. Højbråten. New defensive partnership for Urawa Reds alongside Alexander Schultz, the Danish international. Over the top, looking for Linson. He was on his heels though, and there was a bit too much pace on the ball through. Hatanaka out to Matsubara. Given away by Mizunuma. Matsubara under pressure from Akubo. Matsubara up towards Lopez. It's promising for F Marinos. Alba with the ball through, and that was a great chance. Nagatomo, the furthest forward, the left back for Yokohama F Marinos. Not the power or the precision to get the better of Nishikawa. And now Linson at the other end. And that's blocked away by Hatanaka. 4 months out, Brian Linson, with injury last season. It pretty much scuppered the campaign for him after he joined the club mid-season from Feyenoord in the Eredivisie. Had to wait full 4 months while his muscle injury cleared up, even to make his debut. There's a proper J-League pre-season under his belt now, and hoping for a better campaign, the 32-year-old Dutchman. Makubo. Koizumi. Swung in again by Iwao. Over the top from Sakai, disappointed with himself. He's a fullback that likes to get forward, doesn't weigh in with too many goals though. Just the one in 145 appearances for Marseille in Liga, 2 in 92 in 4 years with Hanover in Germany. Obi. Nagato with the throw to Kida. Tanaka. Matsubara. Tanaka again back with Paul Obi. Albert chasing after that one, but well covered by Alexander Schultz. Yokohama F Marinos ball when we get back underway again. Tsunoda back with Obi. Hatanaka. And Matsubara immediately under pressure from Akubo. Brighton puts that one into touch. Loose from Yokohama. Moberg winning it back temporarily for Urawa Reds. Scored 8 goals in 20 appearances last season, the Swede David Moberg. He struggled in the opener though last weekend against FC Tokyo. Lopez back to Watanabe. Matsubara. Tsunoda. Hatanaka. Space here for Mizunuma. Headed behind though for a corner. And Yokohama F Marinos just beginning to get control of the ball. Urawa Reds sitting off and dropping a little deeper. It's going to be a tough start to the season, playing your opening 2 matches away from home, particularly against difficult opposition. FC Tokyo chasing a place in the top 3 and the defending champions. Mizunuma. Space here for the shot to be whipped in, and Nishikawa tipping it over the top. Second-sided goal, though, for Yokohama F Marinos. And both the chances falling to the fullbacks. Katsuya Nagato with the first, and then Ken Matsubara with a terrific effort. It was on its way in. Strong hand from Nishikawa. Another corner for F Marinos. Katsuya Nagato, the left-back, will take it. Just slipped as he delivered it in. Schultz with the header away. Didn't affect the quality of the cross, though, from Nagato. Now back with Nishikawa. An Asian Cup winner with Japan back in 2011. Was part of the 2014 World Cup squads. The 36-year-old who joined from Sanfrecce Hiroshima in 2014. He's won 2 J-League titles, one with Urawa Reds and one with Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Tanaka. Tsunoda. Back from Nagato. Pressure already building on the new coach, Masaya Scorza. After losing the opening game, never the best way to start with a new club in a new league. Tsunoda. Ball through the centre, Nagato onto it again. Well, they have Albert out on that left-hand side, but Katsuya Nagato is almost like a second left winger for Yokohama F Marinos. Now they have a corner. Zanuma across, takes it short to Albert. Whips the cross in for the head of Anderson Lopez. Eight goals last season, Albert. 2 of those coming in the 4-1 win here against Urawa Reds. He's certainly been a winger with an eye for goal of late. Scored in the last 3 games of last season, the Super Cup and the opener, so looking for 5 in a row now. Sakai, away by Schultz. It's picked up by Tsunoda. Albert in towards Anderson Lopez, who's immediately pounced upon. Kozumi. Can't keep the ball around Reds, though, in these early moments. Tsunoda. Similar to last week, really. Didn't have any concerted spells of possession over our Reds. Fairly tight defensively until they were opened up in the second half by FC Tokyo. Obi is 25, but relatively new to the first team. It's just his 9th first team appearance. Didn't feature at all last season, but played in the opener. Headed down by Lopez. Nishimura helps it on to Albert. Nishimura gets it back. Angle was tight, though. But they're playing some neat and tidy football, Yokohama F Marinos, in and around the Urawa Reds penalty area. Started with the long punt from Obi. Then they got it down and played. Here's Nagato. Kidder on to Hatanaka. Matsubara. Hatanaka continues the run. It's another corner, put behind by Hoy Bratton, and the pressure continues to build. Nagato to deliver again. You can see where the pitch is scuffed, where he slipped when he took the last corner and took a fair divot out of the turf. Swinger, but straight into the hands of Nishikawa. Tatsuya Nagato. Spent 2 years with Kashima Antlers. Making over 50 appearances for them. His first J-League title here last season, Nagato. Akimoto back to Koizumi. Hoybraten. Sakai, the furthest forwards, almost came back to him as well. Ghosted up completely unnoticed, the Urawa Reds right back. He's frustrated, a better touch and he would have been in. Hoybraten. Trying to play their way out and they played themselves into trouble. It's Mizunuma. Blocked behind again by Hoybraten. Mizunuma with the delivery this time. Here Nagato seem to be rotating who takes the set pieces. Plenty of them. Mizunuma, it's a free header, they can't get it away and Albert hits the post. Mizunuma again. Seems a matter of time at the moment before Yokohama F Marinos take the lead. Watanabe. It's behind Lopez and then the header in the end is off target. Well, that's as close as Yokohama have come to getting the breakthrough. Albert inches away from finding the net for the 5th successive game. Initial header from Sonoda. Minutes gone, 0-0. Yokohama F Marinos certainly beginning to dominate, which will delight Kevin Muscat. Took over from the current Celtic boss, Ange Postecoglou, as he did at Melbourne victory. Does that suggest he'll be the next Celtic manager? Seems to be following Postecoglou around. Had a spell in European football with Sint-Truiden in Belgium. He was sacked after 6 months, though not a particularly good spell there. Did really well in Australia, and his stock certainly as high as it can be here with that J-League success last season. 66th match in charge today. He's won 37 of his previous 65. It's Kida. Nutmeg the referee to get it through to Sonoda. Now Nagato. Watanabe to Tanaka. From Matsubara. Well, they're barely seeing the ball at the moment, Urawa Reds. It's a dominant start from the champions. Sonoda. Space now for Nagato. Tanaka. Zanuma's ball in too close to Nishikawa. Linson unable to find a Kubo though. And for Mizunuma to chase, he's seeing plenty of it on this near side. Tanaka across. In his 6th season with the club since joining from Tokyo Verdy, where he began his career. Shinosuke Tanaka. Sabara with the throw. Such a confidence boost to win at Kawasaki Frontale in the opening game. Remember, they only finished 2 points clear of them at the end of the season. They did sort of crawl across the line, though, Yokohama F Marinos. Here's Lopez. Nagato, Alves in the centre. Not the best ball back, but it's fired in, and Anderson Lopez is there. And finally, Yokohama F Marinos get the breakthrough that you have to say was coming. Takuma Nishimura did terrifically well with the overhit cross just to play it back into the danger zone. And Anderson Lopez, who hasn't scored since he got a couple here against Urawa Reds in October, is up and running for the 2023 season. That's the delivery there, perfectly onto the head of Lopez from Takuma Nishimura. And it is no less than the champions deserve. The only surprise, really, is that it's taken 18 minutes for the opening goal to come. A couple of fine saves and the woodwork denying them the lead, but Nishikawa unable to deny Anderson Lopez his first of the season. And it's Yokohama F Marinos 1, Urawa Reds 0. Here's Hoy Bratton. Sakai. Space for the delivery towards Linson. Tanaka with the header away. Linson. Urawa Reds have some ball. Here's Sakubo. Akimoto. Gathered by Obi, but that's better from Urawa Reds. Been over the halfway line in the opening 19 minutes. Sonoda. Beaten just twice here last season, Yokohama F Marinos, both of them by struggling clubs. They lost 2-0 to Gamba Osaka, the team who finished just one place above the relegation positions, and then lost 1-0 to Jubilo Iwata in their next game, the side who actually finished bottom of the table and were relegated. The 4-1 win here against Urawa Reds is their only win in the last 4 at home. Elbert. Sonoda by Hatanaka. Matsubara. So much work to do for Maciej Skorza, especially before the first leg of that Champions League final in April. Don't know who they're playing yet. The Asian Champions League is divided into East and West. The Western section is nowhere near reaching its conclusion yet. Kubo. Effectively, the two winners of those two zones meet over 2 legs in the Champions League final. Cross in from Schultz. Sakai. They look as far from Asian champions as you could possibly be at the moment, Urawa Reds. You wouldn't hold out much hope for them unless they can improve dramatically in the next couple of months. Hoy Bratton. Koizumi. It's the point of the midfield, Yoshio Koizumi. The creative edge. Sakai. Ito. Sakai forwards. Wins the corner. It's more adventurous from Urawa Reds. When they have got forward in this first half, Hiroki Sakai has pretty much been at the centre of it, the right back. Stand at the far end, you can see there the red part is the following for Urawa Reds. Terrifically supported club. Kubo with the corner. Moberg is in there. Makes the run out. Kozumi plays it in. It's off the bar, but the whistle had gone. Tsunoda. Akida. Matsubara. Akida. Linson trying to lead the press for Urawa Reds. And made life difficult for Hatanaka. Should have been a throw for Urawa Reds. Still it's for F Marinos. Now Iwao. Tanabe got a foot to it, but Moberg comes away with it. Ito. Kubo. Bratton and here's Schultz. Continental success that Urawa Reds have had is something that Yokohama F Marinos certainly covet. Despite reaching the final of the Asian Club Championship, the forebearer of the Champions League in 1990. It was during the Nissan Yokohama days. They've never reached the Champions League final in its present format. They were beaten in 1990 by Liaoning, who became China's first winners. Tanaka. Matsubara. Shots with the header, looking for Linson. Just not sticking with those in red at the moment. Nagato. Tsunoda. It's very comfortable with the ball at his feet, Paulovic. Kozumi. Iwao. It's the free kick for Urawa Reds. To Watanabe. Joined in 2019 from Tokyo Verdy. He's never been capped for Japan. He was called up for them whilst in the J.League second division for Tokyo for the Copa America, when Japan were invited for that tournament but didn't play and never did gain a first team cap. May still come, only 24. It's David Moberg who's down, the Swedish international. Came to Japan via Sparta Prague. Into by Ryotaro Tsunoda. Tsunuma. Tanaka. take for the Urawa Reds supporters, a club that prides itself on success. 17 domestic trophies, the title 5 times, 8 Emperor's Cup, which is the main domestic cup, and 4 J.League Cups for Tanaka, as well as those 2 Champions League successes as well. Tanabe, Subara, Lopez. Brighton did well. After finishing 9th last season, though, they will have to win that Champions League final to qualify again. Tanaka. Lopez. Brighton to Schultz. Again, an attack that ends up going nowhere for Urawa Reds. Free kick for F Marinos. Shrug of the shoulders there from Maciej Skorca. Has the CV though, he's won 6 Polish league titles. 2 each with Wisła Kraków, Lech Poznan and Legia Warsaw. 2-time Polish Coach of the Year. Tsunoda. Nagato. Zelbert. Was loose from Tanaka. Cut out by Akubo. He's fouled by Takuya Kida. Brighton spotted the run of Linson, but the quality of the delivery wasn't there. Accidental collision between those two. It seemed as though Linson trod on the foot of Tanaka, but Linson has gone down as well, holding his ankle. He immediately apologised for this. Yeah, his ankle twisted on top of Tanaka's foot. Both players back on their feet again. Next thing Linson needs is another injury. It's his first move, actually, from Dutch football at the age of 32, Brian Linson. He was very popular at Feyenoord. Goal ratio of pretty much a goal every 3 games. Kimoto. Akubo. Boberg. Gets it back again from Ito. Short for him, but it's out for Sakai, who delivers. Tsunoda with the header away. Kida on to Lopez. Passed up by Brighton. Akubo comes back to help out. The Brazilian picks out Matsubara. Now Kida. Nagato. Again, no real pressure on the ball from Urawa Reds. Happy to surrender territory and sit deep, try and soak up this pressure. You wonder if Masai Skorza needs a rethink here, because Yokohama F Marinos are dominating. There's Koizumi. Akimoto with the cross in too high for Moberg. Did well to accelerate and keep it in. Now Ito, and he pick out Linson, who's in the centre. It's pulled back to Akimoto. He's beaten to it though by Mizunuma. And a free kick to F Marinos. Really positive run that from Ito. Last weekend though, it's just that final bit of decision making in the penalty area. Paul Obi hasn't really had a significant save to make in this opening half an hour. Marinos certainly well worthy of the lead. It could have been more. Here's Nagato. Oh, it's a nice spot. Saw the run of Mizunuma, but just couldn't pick out the pass. Nagato. Gets it back again. So into Koizumi. Can't keep hold of the ball at the moment. Albert into Nishimura. Mizunuma. Now Albert. Mizunuma gets the cross in again. It's another good delivery and put behind by Akimoto. It's Nishimura who picked out the head of Anderson Lopez for the only goal of the game so far. Wasn't too far away there from picking out another teammate. Goal-scoring position. These two, one of the both the original 10 of the first ever J-League season in 1993. Incredibly, 30 years ago now. Start of the professional footballing era in Japan. Nagato's ball across and gathered by Nishikawa. It's Moberg. Hoybrat. Finally get to play at home next weekend, Urawa Reds, when they entertain Cerezo Osaka. Kubo, Hoybraten, Schultz, Iwa, Sakai. Opportunity, you feel, for Sakai to get forward, as we've seen sporadically throughout this first half, because Nagato is so attacking the Marinos left back. Linson. Moberg. And here is Sakai into that space. Couldn't pick out Akimoto. Now Albert. Nagato was nowhere to be seen as Sakai came forward. He was well covered by Ryotaro Tsunoda, the centre-back. The support is unwavering in the J-League. It's so impressive, even if a team is going through a difficult period. They never get on their club's back. It is wholehearted, 100% loyalty from the supporters. Ito. Backed away by Masubara. Albert. Lopez almost onto it. Schultz steps in. Here's Ito. Kubo. Akimoto. The two Urawa Reds fullbacks actually have been their biggest threat in the first half. Sakai on the far side and Akimoto on this near side. Both popping up at times in good positions in the F Marinos penalty area. Sakai. Now Moberg. Sonoda to Nagato. Here's Albert. Moberg. Sakai. Cut out though by Kida. Throw for F Marinos. Tanaka. Well played again by Obi. Seem as though he's going to be the first choice this season. Akimoto. Space for Akubo. Koizumi and Linson in the centre. Referee deciding instead to give the free kick to Urawa Reds. He thought about playing the advantage and let them do so for a bit and then pulled it back. Certainly late by Watanabe. Keniwa over this, who does tend to take their set pieces. Toroaki Akubo there too. Still looking for their first goal, remember, Urawa Reds. They drew a blank at FC Tokyo last weekend. Positive from this first half is that the scoreline is only 1-0. In by Iwa. Kida with the initial header away, and they're appealing for handball there. One or two of the Urawa Reds players. Certainly Moberg. Tanaka. Back from Matsubara to Tanaka. Look like a confident side. Yokohama F Marinos. One trophy already in the bag with the Super Cup. Champions League campaign to look forward to. Exited in the round of 16 in the present competition. Schultz. Nishikawa. Wilson chasing that one. Now Akubo. Covered though by Tanaka. Four minutes to the break. Just the one goal between them, scored by Anderson Lopez. And just too much on the through ball, it was there. Moberg overhit it. Neither Koizumi or Linson get on the end of it. Just too much pace from the Swede. Nice touch from Lopez to Watanabe. Here's Albert. Nishimura. Now Nagato. Watanabe. Just sitting back, happy to let F Marinos have the ball. Here comes the press from Linson and Koizumi. To Tanaka. Given away by Matsubara. Akimoto. Coming in off that left side, picking out Moberg. Cuts in and goes for goal. Comfortable gather though for Obi. It's one of those shots that could have almost turned into a good delivery for Brian Linson. Tanaka. Watanabe fouled by Koizumi. There's no need really, he had Watanabe under a bit of pressure, although Watanabe did well to step around Koizumi. Again, the struggle to have an impact here. Albert Lopez. Albert thought about the shot, kept possession instead and touched it back. It's on to Kizunuma. Oh, and it's in! Hiroki Sakai with the final touch, and it's 2 for F Marinos. Well, Urawa Reds cut apart again. There is a check taking place. I think they're suggesting there was a handball somewhere. The flag may have gone up anyway. Let's see. Well, this is almost not offsides. Done by Sakai. Difficult to see. Has been disallowed for the offside against Anderson Lopez. I guess they're suggesting that because he was offside, even though he didn't touch the ball, he was obstructing the view of Hiroki Sakai. As a result of that, put the ball into his own net, but it's another let-off for Urawa Reds. Certainly one of those goals that could have gone either way. So 2 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half. F Marinos leading Urawa Reds by 1-0. They've struck the post. Nishikawa's made a couple of good saves, and now they've had that goal. A potential own goal from Hiroki Sakai ruled out for offside. Urawa Reds have a corner. This really would rub salt in, wouldn't it, if they were to snatch a leveller right on half-time. Urawa Reds have been second best throughout this first half. A goal down, but it could so easily have been more, and perhaps should have been. Seconds or so remaining of the first half. Keniwa with the corner. 7 forward for Urawa Reds, and a thumping header from Hoybratton. Last touch was off a Marinos defender though. Another Urawa Reds corner. To swing this one in. Brighton still forward, Schultz in there as well, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Well claimed by Paul Obi, who's a very calming presence in that Yokohama F Marinos goal. As the half-time whistle does go, the champions leading by Anderson Lopez's goal. Just 18 minutes in, it's been a dominant display by Kevin Muscat's team in the first half. They've looked very much the champions against an Urawa Reds side who are struggling to recapture the kind of form that we've seen on the continent that took them to the Champions League final. At the moment, it's looking like a second straight defeat to start the season for the Red Diamonds. Big let-off, though, for Sakai, who thought he'd scored an own goal. But at half-time, it is F Marinos 1, Urawa Reds 0.
さあ今シーズンもハーフタイム抽選の時間がやってまいりました。今日はオリジナルユニフォーム、エウベル選手の直筆サインにオリジナルユニフォームをプレゼントです。当選者は大型画面に映し出されます。それでは参りましょう。アピールしてくださいね。まず1人目当選者、この方、ドン。おめでとうおめでとうございます。マリンのかぶり物をしてるのかな。マリンですね。おめでとうございます。今スタッフがオリジナルユニフォームをプレゼントします。エウベル選手の直筆サインが入ってます。おめでとう。続いてまいりましょうか。続いての当選者、どこに行こうかな。アピールしてくださいね、皆さんね。では行きましょう。続いてはこちら、どうもおめでとうございます。エウベル選手の直筆サインです。おめでとうございます。今シーズンいっぱいしてくださいね。皆さんアピールお願いしますよ。当選者、大型画面に映し出されます。いきますよ。続いてはおいしいものを食べてるのかな。この方、どうおめでとうございます。おにぎりかな。何おにぎりかな。おめでとうございます。はい、今シーズンいっぱい来てください。エウベル選手の直筆サイン入りオリジナルユニフォーム は当選はこちら、ドン、おめでとうお兄ちゃんとよく似てるね。そっくり、おめでとう。ちょっと大きいかな。はい、以上今シーズンのハーフタイム抽選でした。 と選手がピッチに入ってきます。後半も熱いプレーをする選手。
Welcome back to the Nissan Stadium. Yokohama F Marinos leading Urawa Reds by a goal to nil. So Masai Skorza has made his first move for the start of this second half. And there it is, the experienced Shinzo Kuroki, the 36-year-old former Japanese international, has come on to replace Brian Linson in attack. Still working his way back to full fitness and match fitness anyway, the Dutch striker. Another difficult first half for him. The service wasn't great, and Shinzo Kuroki is on in place of him, the four-time J.League winner. 3 of those titles, though, one with Kashima Antlers. His 11th year with Urawa Reds, Kuroki. Still fairly mobile, though, at 36, a different kind of striker to Brian Linson. But Urawa Reds with work to do then to avoid a second successive defeat to start this campaign for their first home match of the season against Cerezo Osaka next weekend. So Yokohama F Marinos leading Urawa Reds by a goal to nil as the away side get the second half up and running. Here's Elbet. Still yet to find the net. 1.5 games into the 2023 season. 5-time former champions. Ito. Once again, they've looked fairly blunt in attack, Urawa Reds, as they did last weekend against FC Tokyo. Here's Koizumi. Here's Kuroki, the substitute. Injecting a bit of pace into that centre-forward position, and it fell for Atsuki Ito. Got right underneath that, though, but it's more positive from Urawa Reds. Just look aside at the moment, bereft of confidence. Masai Skorza still hasn't really had that much time to work his magic, get his way of thinking into the team. Desperate for that 6th J-League title. The last of them, remember, 2006. So J-League title would be their 2nd J-League title, but their 6th Japanese title. Doesn't look as though 2023 is likely to be their year, though. They would probably be 6 points behind Yokohama F Marinos if they do lose here. Well intercepted by Kuroki. Naito onto Koizumi, Kuroki. Now space for Sakai. He was looking for Moberg, who made the run in the centre, but it was a disappointing ball by Sakai. Need to really build on the positive in this second half of only being a goal down. It could easily have been 2 or 3, given how dominant Yokohama were in that first half. Nagato. Space for Albert. Lopez arriving, but it was a poor delivery by Albert. It stayed in play though, Nishimura. And then belatedly the flag does go up on the far side to suggest that it was just curled out of play by Albert. It's Høybråten. Won 2 Elite Syrian titles in Norway. Marius Høybråten with Bodo Glimt. It's the first 2 league titles in that club's history. It's his first move away from Norwegian football. It's Nagato. From Watanabe. Put in by Kuroki on Watanabe. That was a foul by Sakai on Takuma Nishimura. And Mizunuma both over this. Ishikawa, who had a busy first half, the 36-year-old goalkeeper. Clipped in by Nagato. Will be another Yokohama F Marinos corner. Mizunuma with the in-swinger. A low delivery. Shinzo Kuroki there to head it behind. Nagato. Straight into the hands of Nishikawa from Mizunuma. That's a lovely ball out to Akamoto from Nishikawa. That was a measured drop kick straight to him. Unable to hold on to possession though, which is been a continual problem for Urawa Reds, but here's an opportunity. David Moberg is suddenly 3 through the centre, and he can't finish it. Didn't get the shot away. And once again, a disappointing end to what was probably their most positive move of the match so far. I think he was caught in 2 minds there, whether to shoot early or whether to go round the goalkeeper, and then by the time he made up his mind, Obi had pounced. Here's Nishimura. What a chance for Urawa Reds to get their season up and running with their first goal, and in the end didn't actually get the shot away. And Kubo. Kuroki. Spent last season on loan with Consadole Sapporo. 5 goals in 21 appearances. Høybråten. Schultz. Sakai. The player Urawa Reds are really missing is the Dane Kasper Juncker, who joined the Goya Grampus in the off-season. He scored all 4 of their goals in their 2 matches against Yokohama F Marinos last season, including a hat-trick in the 3-3 draw in Saitama earlier in the season. He actually only scored 7 goals in the whole of the campaign, but 4 of them coming in the fixtures against Yokohama F Marinos. Schultz. Back from Iwa. Moberg. Did off the presence of Tsunoda. Here's Kuroki. To Akimoto. Neat little dummy from Koizumi. Akubo with the cross in and then cleared away by Nagato. There's Moberg again. Iwa. Showing a bit more ambition at the start of this second half. Urawa Reds. The mobility of Kuroki helping. Koizumi wanted too much time. Back by Ito. Now Sakai. Too much on it though for Moberg. I don't think it was that bad a ball actually, it's just that Moberg hesitated. And that half a second just cost him getting on the end of Sakai's vision. He'd be more pleased though with the way his team have started this second period. Times now that Moberg has just failed to read the ball through from Sakai. That big chance when he was through one-on-one with Paolo Obi, but was too hesitant. Kida. Tsunoda. Nagato. It's opened up for Nishimura for a second or so, but Ito took it away. Now Akubo. Akimoto's made a storming run forward, the left back. Time and space to pick a delivery. There's 3 to aim for in the centre. Tanaka did enough to get it away though. Kubo again. Watanabe across. This is a much brighter opening 10 minutes to this second half from Urawa Reds than I think we've seen in both the first half here and the opening game against FC Tokyo. The throw going the way of F Marinos. Tanaka clears. With Nishikawa. Kuroki. Good ball over to Hiroki Sakai, who was again the furthest forward, the right back. Koizumi! Side netting. There was a massive roar from the travelling supporters because some of them thought it was in. Great energy though from Hiroki Sakai, and you wonder if that's proved costly because he's now down. Great determination to fend off Tsunoda, and then Tsunoda got back to him well, fell for Koizumi. It was a good strike, plenty of bend on it. Just unable to get it inside the post. 3 goals last season in 27 appearances. Scored 6 in 50 for former club Ryukyu. to improve his goal-scoring ratio, Koizumi. Nagato with the throw. It's been a very different game at the start of this second half. They do get themselves back into this and get something out of the game. Yokohama F Marinos will be kicking themselves because they had the chances really to wrap it up in the first half. Schultz. Koizumi. Space now for Akubo. Akimoto again charging forward. Akubo takes it on himself. Cleared away by Watanabe. It was the wrong decision in the end from Tomoyoki Akubo. We'll be a bit more hopeful now in this second half. Their output hasn't changed though. It's non-stop from the Urawa Reds supporters. Not won now for 4 games after that opening day defeat in Tokyo. They didn't win any of their last 3 J-League games last season. 2 draws and a loss. They won just 1 of their final 7 J-League matches last season. That was a 2-1 win at home to Sagan Tosu. Changes being prepared on the Yokohama bench. See from that shot just how many supporters have made the short journey. Two clubs that were born out of motor companies, Urawa Reds from Mitsubishi and Yokohama F Marinos from Nissan. Schultz. Ito back to Nishikawa. Sakai. Nagato gets it away. Kamajima is about to come on for Yokohama F Marinos. He was a central defender. I know Sonoda was struggling with something in the first half. There's Schultz. So it could be a force change rather than anything tactical. Koizumi. To work the space and almost pick out Akimoto. Matsubara did well though. The right back stepping in to take it away. Here's Nagato. Kida. Hour gone. Yokohama F Marinos 1, Urawa Reds 0, and that just shows that nothing created in the opening 15 minutes of this second half from Yokohama F Marinos, who were utterly dominant in the first half. Seems whatever was said during the half-time break and the introduction of Shinzo Kuroki has made a significant difference for Urawa Reds. But here's Albert. Given the fragility of their confidence, though, a second Yokohama F Marinos goal could certainly undo all the good work that they've put in the opening 15 of this second half. Schultz. On by Moberg. Fought in by Iwao. Kubo. Koizumi made the run ahead of him. Touch back by Iwao. Hoybratton to Schultz. Overhit by Hoybratton. Lobe gets it away. Yeah. Urawa Reds supporters behind that goal doing their utmost to try and put him off. Moberg charged down though, here's Lopez. Now Albert. Two Brazilians trying to combine. Albert again. Skips away from Moberg with ease. And blocked by Schultz. It's an F Marinos corner. And now they can make that change. Matsubarra, the right back, being replaced, so Sonoda's obviously recovered okay from that knock. Kawajima is on. Six-year-old centre-back. In-swinger beaten away by Nishikawa. Nagato. Kawajima's J-League debut. Off-season signing from Kashiwa Reysol, where he spent the last 4 years. With the corner. J-League debut, that is, for F Marinos, just to make that clear for Kawajima. Swinger from Nagato. Mizunuma. It's a better delivery. Nishikawa's lost it. And cleared away by Schultz. Himself in a bit of a tangle there, the veteran goalkeeper. No harm done in the end. Asian Champions League winner in 2017 with Urawa Reds, Nishikawa. For the second week in succession, David Moberg is replaced. Takahiro Sekini, the player who's come on. Substitution was fairly effective in getting Urawa Reds up the field. By Lopez, on by Kida. Sakini getting his first touch. Cleared away by Nishikawa. Collision between those two. There's a yellow card out as well. Sakai and Nagato, the two players involved. The Urawa Reds captain is the one that's going to be booked. The referee waiting for him to get back to his feet. And there is the yellow card for Hiroki Sakai. Okay, it wasn't just the collision of the heads, he landed quite heavily as well and hit his head again on the surface as he landed. First yellow card of the game goes to the Urawa Reds captain. And Nagato back on his feet to take the free kick. Albert. Nagato. Kicked in again by the left back, Sakai with the header away to Kida. Marinos just trying to re-establish the dominance they had in the first half that we certainly haven't seen in the second. Albert. Again by Nishimura. Clipped in behind. Albert. Now Nagato. Albert again, just too much on it though for Watanabe, and Urawa Reds looking to counter. Temporarily stifling it, but Urawa Reds still have it with a Kubo. Now Akimoto. It was a poor delivery. There were 2 or 3 options up there. The runs have been good from Takahiro Akimoto, but much like Urawa Reds, the final product has been lacking. Schultz. By Ito. Iwao. 20 minutes to go, and the match remains very much in the balance. The way Yokohama F Marinos started the game, it looked as though a repeat of October's 4-1 win here could well be in the offering. Won their last 4 here, remember, against Urawa Reds, so it is a fixture they've done well in recently. And a double change for F Marinos. Brazilian for another, Jan Mateus on. Place of Albert. Kenta Inui replacing Otto Mizunuma. Mateus, who didn't feature much last season, just 5 appearances. It's Nagato. Oh, that's a mistake! What a chance! Marius Højbråten got away with that. A glorious opportunity for Kenta Inui almost immediately. It would have been his first touch to score with it. Here's Watanabe. And that was potentially the game there with that Højbråten mistake. Watanabe. Throw for Urawa Reds. It's Koizumi. Yokohama F Marinos have generally struggled after winning the title, apart from the one they retained in 2004. They finished 8th in 1996, 9th in 2005 and 9th in 2020, the last time they won the title in 2019 prior to last season. So it's not a given for Marinos that the following season will be almost as successful as the first. Here's Nagato. Tsunoda. Again by Mateus. Inui. Brighton away. By Hatanaka. Sakini. Almost picked out Kuroki. Crucial bit of defending from Shinosuke. Hatanaka. Schultz. Kubo to Sakai. Sakai again. Kubo. Switch wings since the introduction of Sakini, who's gone to the left side. Away by Jan Mateus. It's the Brazilian again. Yet to actually start a J-League game for F Marinos. Jan Mateus, all 5 of his appearances were from the bench last season. Actually scored on his J-League debut, a 3-0 win here against Shonan Belmare in September. Mid to end of season signing, Jan Mateus. Joined from Portuguese club Moreirense. So then with the delivery. Off the head of Anderson Lopez, and will be a goal kick. To the final quarter of an hour then. Hoybrat. So Lopez. To pick up the loose ball, Akamoto. Played by Kamijima. Nagato. Tsunoda. Nagato. Ball to nothing. Still that invention, that verve that they had in the first half, F Marinos. There's been an improvement from Urawa Reds since half-time, but there's been a big drop-off from the champions. Ito. The counter could be on with Jan Mateus. Kubo backing off. Not the best ball in though for Anderson Lopez. It's Watanabe. From Tsunoda. Nagato. Crossing towards Lopez, who got a head to it, and Inui was just underneath it. Hoybrat. Schultz to Sakai. Falls down though by Lopez. extract something from this game. Urawa Reds. Here's Kuroki, held up by Hatanaka. Koizumi. Schultz. Akubo. Clipped in too high though for Kuroki. It was a bit more animated second half. I say Scorza. He knows that potentially they could snatch a point here. Which would certainly get their season up and running, a point away to the champions. Bearing in mind the club has lost their last 4 visits here. Would certainly be a decent return. Here's Jan Mateus. Sakai. Ran into trouble though with Nagato, who was stronger than Akubo. Nagato has it back again. One more by Nagato to Nishimura. Kida. Sticking with him. Kubo, here's Watanabe. Nagato. Watanabe. Let's keep ball at the moment for F Marinos. Dominance they enjoyed throughout the first half. It's certainly not been the case in the second. Hatanaka. Inui. Kida. Nagato back in towards Lopez. Nishimura. Nagato. Sonoda to Hatanaka. To Kamijima. It's a foul on Inui, free kick. Card flashed in the direction of Takahiro Akimoto. That's both the fullbacks booked now for Urawa Reds, the only bookings of the match. He knew exactly what he was doing, and right in front of the assistant as well, who flagged immediately. Settled in well. Akimoto, last season was his first 30 appearances. Kubo. Nishimura. Well, last weekend, Yokohama F Marinos did best of their work in the first half. They scored both their goals inside 38 minutes. First half here, they were certainly dominant, got their noses in front, could have had 2 or 3. Remains stands at 1 with 8 minutes plus stoppages to go. Watanabe. They haven't really looked like adding to that scoreline either in the second half, the champions. The double change. Marcos Jr. and Joel Fujita are coming on. Anderson Lopez makes way. It's his goal at the moment that looks like settling the contest. Nishimura with a terrific assist to keep what looked like a dead ball alive. Lopez's first of the season. Interesting to know the calorific burn of your average Japanese football supporter. They don't stop jumping throughout the whole 90 minutes. Marcos Jr. is on. The Brazilian starters swap for fellow Brazilians. Kida replaced by Fujita. Five changes made then for Yokohama F Marinos. Fujita, a 21-year-old with a couple of caps for Japan. Player of much promise. Signed from Tokushima Vortis. Junior, a 30-year-old Brazilian who did play internationally for Brazil up to under 20 level. The club since 2019, since signing from Fluminense. Suki Ito replaced by Matsuzaki. Hoibraten. Sakai. Well won by Jan Mateus. Bobeg, who's no longer on the field. We're thinking back to that moment when he went through one-on-one with Paulo Obi. Could have been a pivotal moment, that. And in the end, didn't get his shot away. This has fallen kindly for Nishimura. Sakini taken away by Watanabe, who's in such a good role there in that holding midfield position. Marcos Jr. Sakai gets it away. Positive piece of play, but the end off balance as the shot came in, and Nishikawa happy to see it wide from Keita Inui. Deflection there off Hoibraten. If Marinos do get the corner then. Inui had that big chance seconds after coming on when Marius Hoibraten lost concentration. Soya Nagato with the outswinger. Sakai's header away. Nagato. Held up by Fujita. Marcos Jr. through to Fujita, but ran into too much traffic, and Sakai clears it away for Urawa Reds. They really have got to throw caution to the wind here now. They're facing a second game without a goal. Second straight defeat to start the season. There's Nagato. The early signs are that long way to become Japanese champions is set to continue. 16 years since they last tasted the ultimate domestic success. Sakai's header. Schultz. It's Hoibraten. Akimoto. Space here now for Nishimura, who squares it unselfishly for Jan Mateus, who wraps up all 3 points for Yokohama F Marinos. And Urawa Reds facing a 2-0 defeat for the second week in a row. Well, they always had to take chances as they searched for an equaliser. And Yokohama F Marinos have picked them apart expertly here. They've been below par in the second half, in truth, the champions, after a good first half performance. But Nishimura, unselfishly, helping the ball on to Jan Mateus. What about the flick here, though, as well, from the other Brazilian, Marcos Jr. The 2 Brazilian substitutes playing their part in the goal that does wrap up the points now. And Urawa Reds facing a 5th successive loss at the Nissan Stadium. Second goal for the club, for Jan Mateus. Yokohama F Marinos 2, Urawa Reds 0. Beautifully worked goal, though. Kind of imagination and quality that is so heavily lacking in the Urawa Reds forward play. It's going to be played to, lost to now under Maciej Skorca, the new coach. There's now going to be 1 win in the last 8. Mateus. Takes it short. Fujita. Marcos Jr. It's a great ball in. Any touch on that, and that would have been 3. Nishikawa mightily relieved to see it come all the way through, but well, what a cameo he's produced, Marcos Jr., since coming on. Little flick setting up the second goal, and that was a beautiful delivery. Sakai with the throw. Schultz into Hoibraten. Akimoto. Sakine. Jima doing enough, though, defensively. Watanabe back there as well. Kozumi. Foot to the ball, Kimijima. It's a risky challenge. Just as well he timed it right. Well, there is a check taking place, so did he time it right? The referee, I thought he just got to the ball, but then that was the second challenge, actually, is the one that they're looking at. The first one was the challenge where he got the ball, but it is the second one they're having a look at, and no penalty is the decision. Away by Nagato. There was contact with the shin, in fairness, but not enough perhaps to make it go down the way that he did. Keniwa is the player down at the moment. Certainly concerned enough to wave the medical staff on immediately. Still without losing Kenny, well, an influential central midfielder for the Urawa Reds, 34-year-olds. It was a painful one. Down to 10 Urawa Reds. Meanwhile, gets patched up. Mateus. Across in, Hoibraten heads it away. Marcos Jr. wanted it played into feet. Away by Schultz. It's difficult to see where goals are going to come from for Urawa Reds, the way they've started the season. There's Marcos Jr. Mateus trying to cushion the ball back to his fellow Brazilian. Nagato, Jan Mateus, Marcos Jr. He's looked really lively since coming on. Fujita, Kamejima, Nawinui, back from Fujita. It's a lovely ball. Clipped into the centre again towards Jan Mateus, but Sakai did enough just to get a toe to it. Jan Mateus. Watanabe. Hasn't put a foot wrong for Yokohama F Marinos. It's been a long wait for him to become the club's #1, but he certainly does look that now, despite the fact he wears 50 on his shirt. Sakai. Tanaka with the header away. Here's Fujita. Hoibraten. Akimoto, Kozumi. It is a second straight win for the champions Yokohama F Marinos, a 5th win in a row here in matches against Urawa Reds, who suffer a second successive 2-0 defeat away from home to start the season. They await their first point, they await their first goal under their new coach Masaya Scorza, the Pole. But for Yokohama F Marinos, the run continues. 3 wins in a row, including the Super Cup. But things can only get better, really, for Hiroki Sakai and Urawa Reds, who find themselves already just 2 weeks into the season, 6 points adrift of the pace setters at the top of the table. 2 goals from 2 Brazilians, the difference. Anderson Lopez on 18 minutes and Jan Mateus a minute from time. Yokohama F Marinos 2, Urawa Reds 0. Well, there was an improvement in the second half from Urawa Reds in terms of ball possession, and compared to the first half when Yokohama F Marinos dominated. But again, just that end product, that lack of incisiveness and creativity. Created one or two chances. Mobo probably had the best of them when he went one-on-one, but failed to get the shot away in the end. And they do look a rather blunt force at the moment, Urawa Reds. And it's going to make life very, very difficult for them. Not only not to challenge for the title, but even to get into the top three and re-qualify for the Asian Champions League again, a competition that they are presently in the final of. But they're getting used to these wins. Yokohama F Marinos, who struggled here at the end of last season. Their only win in the last four was the win against Urawa Reds, and that was their last home fixture, so successive wins against Urawa Reds, having them back on track at the Nissan Stadium. It's looking like another exciting season ahead for Kevin Muscat, who will also be hoping to be the first coach to crown this team Asian champions. Let's get some reaction pitch side anyway.
ありがとうございます。
非常に先制ゴールなんですが、何人も絡んで美しい、素晴らしい崩し切ったゴールでした。ゴールシーン、まずは振り返っていただいてよろしいですか。
Foi uma jogada que a gente treina, o treinador sempre pede para a gente fazer isso, e eu fui feliz na hora de finalizar.
そうですね、練習しているような形ですね。連携をチームで取ってしっかりとつないで点に結びつけたっていう、それが結果になれてよかったと思います。
アシストをした西村選手とやればできるポーズ飛び出しましたね。
Essa aí é a minha marca, eu posso, eu consigo, e é só o começo de uma boa temporada nesse ano.